If you're going to start a business, you have to decide how much you're going to charge for your products or your services. There's two answers to that question. We need to charge what people will pay, which is understanding the customer. But ideally, we also need to be charging something that has some sort of relationship to the cost because we want to make a profit. If we're charging more than it costs us, what we're doing is we're paying for somebody else to wear our products. We're paying for somebody to go on holiday. So ideally, we want to be charged more than it costs us. But we have to get that balance between what the customer is willing to pay. What the customer is willing to pay is rooted in understanding the customer. The cost of it is rooted in understanding what the cost structure of our business is. So cost accounting is the art and science of recording, classifying, summarizing, and analyzing costs to help us make prudent decisions. And really, it's down to this question: what does it actually cost us? How much does it cost you to provide a product or a service? If it's a product, is the cost how much you paid for the raw materials? Is the cost how much you paid your workers plus the cost of the raw materials? What goes into that cost? That's why we need to understand cost or management accounting. When we talk about financial accounting, we're talking about these two things here. And yes, we look at these elements, but this is not what will kill you. Cash flow is what will kill your business, which is why you really need to understand the cost structure. Now, this little diagram here illustrates the costs. All the costs of our business are a function of our manufacturing or our production, if you want to call it, our operations costs, and our non-manufacturing, our non-operations costs. And if you think about it, the cost of doing business is a function of the materials we use, the labor we pay for, and the overhead. Now, when we break those into direct costs, so these are the direct material, the material we use to build our products, or the labor, the people, the staff we pay who deliver our services or make our products. They're direct costs that go directly into the operations that we sell on. And the overhead associated with those people having a desk or having a factory or having a car to travel to customers, these are parts of the overhead, the other costs which we don't see physically in a product or aren't part of the service delivery, but which must be incurred to enable us to do the work and to provide the product or service that we provide. But they're not all of the costs. That's just the cost of delivering the product or the service. There are other costs which are non-manufacturing or non-operational, which are the costs of being in business. And some of those costs are, well, we may pay salespeople, or we may pay admin people who do the bureaucracy or manage the accounting or manage the payroll within our business. So they're not directly related to the core function of the business, but they are a cost of the business. So cost, or sometimes called management accounting, is about understanding that and trying to figure out how we build a cost structure that makes sense so that we can make sure the pricing we can sell it, which is based on what the customer will pay, will cover all of our costs and we have the potential to make a profit. What is the actual cost? And figuring out what that's going to be and what it's going to take, that helps us really understand our business.